Welcome back to the annual Halloween special, and today we're talking about a movie that has engendered the most successful horror franchise of all times. I'm talking about the Saw movies, and it all started with a little movie made by a then unknown director that we've all come to know and love as James Wan. Yeah, this was basically his directorial debut. And when I saw the promotional material and when I heard the buzz surrounding this film, I thought, oh, so this is going to be the next Seven. I mean, some of the ads even played with the idea. After Seven, there's no eight, but Saw. And I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting. But I never saw it in theaters. And when it finally came out on home release, I watched it on DVD and I was taken aback. That movie blew me away. I still love it. I watched it today to prep for this, and it hasn't aged a day. What is this movie about? Well, this movie, for the most part, takes place at a shitty, abandoned bathroom where two people wake up chained to some pipes. One of them is Dr. Lawrence Gordon, played by Cary Elwes. The other one is Adam, played by Leigh Whannell, who is the co-writer of this film. Soon the two realize that they have become part of a vicious game set up by the notorious Jigsaw killer. He is a very odd killer. He doesn't murder his victims, but he puts them in situations, or games as he tends to call them, where they have to fight for their lives, maybe chop off a body part, kill one another. He wants to test the will to survive of his victims or his players, you name it.
He doesn't want us to cut through our chains. He wants us to cut through our feet.
And now we have a very odd horror movie. Rewatching it today, I realized that this is a legit murder mystery. Like, there's so many suspects in this film. I suspected every single character on screen to be the Jigsaw killer back when it came out. The interesting thing is that the runtime of this film basically lasts as long as our two main characters have to fulfill their vicious game. And all the bits inside that bathroom feel like a confined thriller, almost like a theater play. You only have these two actors bouncing off of one another, and they're very suspicious of one another. Because the most amazing thing about this film is that the storytelling itself is kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. With every new scene, we get a new piece of a puzzle. We learn about Dr. Lawrence Gordon's past. We learn about Adam's past. Then we see the perspective from the investigators trying to catch Jigsaw, played by Danny Glover and Miles from Lost. They have great chemistry and they are super charismatic. We see that Danny Glover's character went mad after having lost his partner. So we see the impact of Jigsaw. Jigsaw himself is barely in the movie, and we all think that it's Michael Emerson from Lost because he's the one that kidnapped Gordon's family and forces him to kill Adam.
Your aim in this game is to kill Adam. You have until 6 on the clock to do it.
It also introduced so many tropes of the Saw franchise. The amazing theme song by Charlie Clouser, Billy the Puppet, and the quick cuts, like that scene where we're introduced to Amanda, a survivor of one of Jigsaw's vicious traps, like the reversed bear trap. Amazing. Those quick cuts, normally I would hate them, but in this situation they fit perfectly because they show us the hopelessness of these contestants. And I have to talk about the ending of this film. So in general, before I talk about the ending, I just want to say that I love this movie. I love the independent touch. I love what it did for the horror genre in general. And I love the blend of murder mystery, horror, gore, psychological thriller, and detective story. Okay, so now let's talk about the ending, because turns out the Jigsaw killer was the dead body all along that was with them inside the bathroom. And when that was revealed, that was one of the greatest twist endings of all time. I did not see it coming. And it was actually like Tobin Bell gives an epic performance in this film, an epic voice performance, because that Jigsaw voice is so unlike his real voice, the actor's real voice. I want to play a game. It's fantastic. So yeah, the movie ends on a cliffhanger. Dr. Lawrence Gordon actually saws off his leg, crawls out of that bathroom in order to get some help, and then we see Adam finding the tape player of the murdered Michael Emerson character, Zap, that's his name, only to find out that that was just another victim. The real killer is the dead guy. And that reveal, still to this day, is haunting every single time. It sends shivers down my spine. It's so well edited. Also, the use of music in this film, amazing. I love this film. And next year, I will probably talk about the sequels, because I do believe that a lot of these sequels are extremely underrated. Saw gets the gold medal. Yeah, it's one of my all-time favorite horror movies, and if you haven't seen it, well, now I spoiled the living shit out of it. But I did warn you guys. So Saw, do you like it as much as I do? Let me know in the comment section below. And thank you guys, as always, for watching. If you like what you see here and you want to see more, then just subscribe.